This is game number 4. Will Boom be able to brawl their way back into an equal series, or will be the MKL third seed Alpha Gaming punch their tickets to the last point?
Match point, it could potentially be on the cards here for the teams, right? APG, if they get this one, next game will be their match point, but Boom have the chance to neutralize and equalize this lead.
I mean, it would be a dream scenario for Boom if they can equalize this game itself. Right away, you can start to see the value of it. The stun comes in for the side of Tatsui. That's not going to be a kill. We're looking for that big play to steal happening straight away.
Exactly, just trying to put pressure onto the top side of the map here. Obviously, just trying to like get rid of that priority that both the Mayin and the Dharma can have over each other.
I think right now, it's for Boom, it's more of like, okay, can Draw make the maximum value of his passive? Because when he has that passive state active, he actually gets 15% damage reduction, which helps in the brawling department on the side of Boom.
Exactly that. I mean, definitely taking the punches from the Dharma on Siang here, but then also making the prio push for that Space Brite. It's really going to kind of give aid here to the side of Boom Esports.
Yeah, and the fact that he has a smite, okay, I think that's great work from the side of Boom Esports. And this build that Draw is going to go for, you want to maximize the HP, because that's what your butterfly effect is going to be based on, the number of hit points you have.
Exactly, the shield comes from that one as well, but Saber is looking to try and get away in onto the team fight here, but now obviously seeing that Yulong is level 4.
It is going to be the potential first blood. Tatsui will give his life. First blood goes to the side of APG. A beautiful stop, but Sun is not done. He wants the finishing blow onto Daddy. Will not get it, but Sun, maybe he is overcommitted. He's not He's done! And Daddy gonna get the return blow.
Yes, he uses the flash to get the kill there, but then obviously he has no means to get out. He didn't have the level 4, unfortunately, for the side of APG, but Yulong just trying to get away some of these extra little bit of these camps here, but actually just helps Boom run it down a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I know, right? And at this point, it's a very slight EXP advantage going to the side of Sun, going to the side of Danny. But, you know, this is what you want. You want that little bit of confidence, because the later this game goes, it's not going to be as easy anymore, because Susan's going to give that sanctification to Sun for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Sanctification just gets the Lung online a little bit quicker, and obviously once he gets to late game, he even gets even worse in terms of the damage output.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough task, because the damage output style is going to be very different, right? Danny is more of a damage over time. The more stacks he lands on you, the more painful it becomes. Yeah. But for Sun, it really is 3 flaming punches, you're done.
That's it. Literally, if you've seen those lock in onto you, you got to basically say, you know what? It's been a good run. Maybe if I got enough defense to actually run this off, maybe not. But then we'll have to wait and see and just play it by the cards close to your chest.
I mean, at this point, I'm looking for Danny, because they do have the butterfly effect on their side. So do we get the float like a butterfly, sting like a bee? Or is it going to be just guarding coming in from the side of APG?
You can only hope for the Thrillas in Manila, right? They could float like a butterfly and sting like a bee here. But Boom, it's literally theirs to play, right? Like, if they're using that CC immunity here very well to kind of mitigate any kind of like huge unbridled outburst that APG Saber is looking to set up here, that can completely just knock the wind out of the sails of APG.
Yeah, I think that would definitely aid in that 1v1 between Kao and Yulong, right? For Kao, it's more of like, can you get enough damage so that you get the finishing blow with the chase down if Yulong wants to run away? And for Yulong, it's more of like, can we get away from Kao's vision so that we can access the backlines and force out very uncomfortable situations on the side of Boom Esports?
Only time will tell, right? Obviously, getting right about 10 seconds time away from those Tyrant and Shadow and the Overlord, coming through here for these two teams. So we could see a big push potentially happening here.
Yep, dive in from the side of Yulong. He wants to find value, but the stun comes in as well. Mirror Domain going to be slashed down. Ooh. The Sleeping Savior does put a bit of health back into the hands of APG. And right now it's a wrestle for the 4-minute Tyrant. This one is looking like a clean one for Yulong. He will secure it. And with that, Boom Esports, they have to lick their losses at this point. APG, they lead.
Licking their paws is definitely what Boom Esports need to be doing here and just basically keep their head in the game. But APG, they have the 1.5k goal lead and the extra damage.
And one more for the count. Oh, he actually goes in. Miggy, the savior of game number 3, might have to give his life. The response is immediate from the side of APG.
Yep, Clash Lane for Clash Lane is going to be the name of the game here between these two teams, but they do steal away the Crimson Golem here. A bit of a saving grace for Boom Kao.
Oh, they get the stun onto Tatsui as well. Is there a finishing blow on the side of APG? Yes, they do have it. And it's going to be Yulong. Finishing blow. The rewards are going to be more. Kao is now in the space. Does not get the steal. And with that, he has to run for his life. Really? He's going to try? Alright, he gets the camp, runs away, but at the cost of the Azure buff.
The Azure buff does get stolen here from the side of Boom Esports. APG Yulong is going to be loving that one, especially on this Luna.
Yeah, I mean, look, the comparisons here is kind of similar. Kao also needs the Azure buff. He needs the CDR, he needs the mana regeneration as well.
Yeah, exactly. They both are very heavily dependent on that Azure Golem, but right now, I think any contention for that is going to just definitely stunt the growth of either Carl or Yulong, but right now, still very much tip for tap, right? Obviously the mid lane, obviously looks like it's going to fall here. The T1 definitely opening up for the side of Boom Esports is going to not be the answer they're looking for in this game number 4.
Yeah, I mean, APG, they've seen the weakness on the bottom side of this map. The TP will come through, but I don't think you want to TP in the 4 different members of APG. They get the T2 at the bottom, and this is all APG.
6 minutes in, T2 takedown is looking like a bit of a blacklist play from their book, right? When we saw them in the last game that they played, they took the T2 very much early on and able to get the triple kill as well. Not quite that same aggression from APG, but still, the pressure is mounting here for Boom.
I mean, the potential of a turnaround is only there when Saber doesn't have his unbridled offers, right? That is the one condition that you want to achieve on the side of Boom. So if they can force it out early, they'll be great.
Oh, absolutely. Forcing out the Unbridled Light Burst, and then obviously just mitigating the impact here from APG could be their way into this team fight. The Universal Law being placed down here as well, stealing away the Azure Golem.
Yeah, it's not going to be a clean one. Mirror Domain already expanded from the side of Carl. This is not looking good at all for the side of Boom Esports. Xiang is already looking for an opening angle onto the side of Boom Esports. They will not get it, but they get control of the Gorge for the time being.
They get control of that Gorge, obviously using that Unbridled Light Burst. The only real thing they got away from it was obviously the use of the Infinite Vastness there onto the side of Boom, APG, sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, still value gotten, right? You want to force the situation to be uncomfortable. Right now, no ultimate for Saber, no ultimate for Sun. They do get that Overlord into the hands of APG, so they will have natural winning lanes on all 3 sides.
Yeah, T1s falling all across the lanes here, but Boom able to pick up those 2 T1s into the side lanes. Maybe could be the pressure point here for the side of APG, but the way they're playing this one, they're looking for like 1 or 2 pickups and then looking for some more objectives.
I mean, it's so difficult because when you have Tatsuri on this Tati, you're supposed to get the first. Not happening, and here comes the dive. Nice catch from the side. Another follow-up stun. Draw finally uses his ultimate. It might not be enough. Susan gets the first kill off this exchange. They do have an exchange. Hang on, Yulong is down. Do they have the chance to finish the job? No, they don't. It's 3 members going down for the side of Boom, and APG all in control.
Boom Esports taking a very well-timed defeat there. Obviously 3-1 trade for Yulong, but the Vanguards are slowly approaching. They are encroaching on those T2s into the mid lane, but we have Danny here as well as Miji.
I mean, okay, Sun, they want to force out that Infinite Vastness, right? There has to be a turnaround condition. Xiang as well, he does have the Truth Mantra, but does not have the Flash, so very uncomfortable setups Tatsuri has in team fights. Not as much. Yes, the first skill is going to be very vital, but you want that big ultimate landing onto a singular target. Which means the APG, they will love to fight you 5v5, no problem.
Oh, absolutely. They want to scrap right now. Obviously, they have a solid front line from Siang as well as Saber here as well. And then just like huge access into the enemy backline using that Universal Law.
Okay, they do trade out here. Carl's ultimate for Xiang, but the flash, not yet available, will be in 15 seconds. This is where Xiang could be a pain point for the side of Boom Esports.
Potentially here, Truth Mantra coming up very soon as now it is a pull down. We're waiting for that flash, right? That flash Truth Mantra combo could be the game-winning strat here for the side of APG.
I mean, it has to be Xiang. If they burn out that butterfly effect by draw, that's going to be the biggest difference maker. They do have the redemption, the roam support shield item on the side of the left-hand side of your screen for draw, but is that going to be enough?
Can only hope so for the side of Boom Esports, right? They're looking to have as much shield as possible here, especially with the shield given over from the Schwangster as well. Looking at the health bars, look at the itemization here. We have obviously just the redemption being a fully built item here. Looking to go for another physical damage defense item as well.
I mean, to be honest, if you take a look at the drop on the side of APG, this is a very expensive drop as well. So if Boom manages to win the series, this one really hurts the back of APG, and you can see the fake out by the side of Alpha Gaming. They pretend to go for the Tyrant, take the Shadow Overlord instead. They're looking to end this game ASAP.
And so they should, right? APG, they obviously lost game number 1, last game of the series there, which was game number 3. So They're looking to prove that, hey, maybe Boom can't take any more rounds off us, but for the guys watching here in Manila Bay, they're really hoping that Boom is able to kind of get a turnaround here or in next game.
Yeah, I think this one, we need Carl to put a setup, right? Get Shushan, once you get rid of the stun, there is a potential for comeback, right?
Yeah.
Because your defenses cannot be lowered anymore.
No, they can't. They cannot be lowered here. They are looking to kind of get this final push onto these T3s as well right now. Obviously, they do have the ballisties, but now it's going to be at the behest of Boom's Tatsuri there with that wave clear from his first skill.
Yeah, very smart decision from the side of APG. They're not looking and knocking on the T3s. The turrets are the more important objective. Sun has not landed a single flaming palm onto the different members of Boom. It's all on the turrets.
Exactly. I mean, why do that when you can get the turret takedowns here into the top side, mid lane here as well. Currently, last standing turret is going to be that T3 down to the bottom side of the map. Boom. APG looking to open up this game number 4 map.
Yeah, very disciplined, very structured approach by the side of APG as well. No risk involved. We have the advantage. We have the macro. We will slowly play our way to victory.
They got to slow it down a little bit here. They don't have the advantage of the Vanguards crashing in just yet. Obviously, bot side and top side of the map they do, but why not? Why rush something that's good, right? Go in, get the Tyrant, get that extra damage, make it a little bit easier for APG.
Yeah, and look, the difference here is that most teams, they actually put that sanctification on the Sun, right? On your farm lane.
Yeah.
But this one, they said, no, you know what? Yulong is the strongest in our team. Let's give the jungler, the one who has instant access to backline. Level 17 at this point, sanctification, full value.
Oh, absolutely. He's definitely going to have a little bit more damage come through for himself here as well, not only just from the Sanification, but the Shadow Tyrant as well. That's now up for another 60 seconds, so it's going to be a hard fight here for Boom.
Yeah, look at the damage that Danny is dealing onto Yulong. Even as he's taking all these shots, he needs like 7 of those Eva barrages to really take him down.
Yeah, it's scary. Like, 7 of those is definitely going to be
Set up,
swallowed here,
it's not enough damage. They have Yulong low, but Danny has been taken down. They're out of damage, out of options, out of life as well. Draw the next one to fall. Tatsuri, 1v5. There's no way. An ace for the side of APG.
I thought that Splendor was going to be enough to keep him in lockstead of that high ground turret, but it's going to be the Crystal of game number 4 going over to APG.
And APG, they make this one a clean cut here. It's going to be 3-1 in the scoreline.